people, and welcome to the Counterfactual Stories YouTube channel. Today we will talk about one of the greatest chess player ever, the Russian chess grandmaster and author Yuri Averbakh. Before we start, don't forget to press subscribe button. As we said, Yuri Averbakh was a Russian chess grandmaster and author, lived 100 years from February 8, 1922 to the May 7, 2022. He actually died a few months ago. He was chairman of the USSR Chess Federation from the 1973 to the 1978. He was the first centenarian FIDE Grandmaster. Despite his eyesight and hearing having worsened, by his 100th birthday he continued to devote time to chess-related activities. He was born in Kaluga, in Russia. His father was German Jewish, and his ancestors were named Auerbach, meaning meadow brook. His mother was Russian. Both sets of grandparents disapproved of their marriage because his father was likely an atheist and his mother was Eastern Orthodox, as well as the fact that his maternal grandmother died very young, so his mother was expected to look after his family. Averbakh called himself a fatalist. His first major success was the first place in the Moscow Championship of 1949, ahead of the players including Andor Lilienthal, Yakov Estrin and Vladimir Simagin. He became an international grandmaster in the 1952. In 1954, he won the USSR Championship ahead of players including Mark Taimanov, Viktor Korchnoi, Tigran Petrosyan, Efim Geller and Salov Lor. In 1956 championship, he came equal first with Taimanov and Boris Spassky in the main event, finishing second after the playoff. Later, Averbach's daughter Jane would marry Taimanov. Averbach's other major tournament victories included Vienna 1961 and Moscow 1962. He qualified for the 1953 Candidates Tournament, the last stage to determine the challenger to the World Chess Champion, finishing joint 10 of the 15 participants. He also qualified for the 1958 Interzonal Tournament at Portorož in Yugoslavia, but finishing in 4th place at the 1958 USSR Championship at Riga. At Portorož, he wound up in a tie for 7th through 11th places, half a point short of advancing to the Candidates Tournament. He played in the 1993 Maccabia Games in Israel, coming in 4th. His solid style was difficult for many pure attackers to overcome, as he wrote. Nezhmedinov, who, if he had the attack, could kill anybody, including Tal. But my score against him was something like 8.5 versus half points, because I did not give him any possibility for an active game. In such cases, he would immediately start to spoil his position because he was looking for complications. He had plus records against the world champions Max Uve and Tigran Petrosyan. Averbakh was also a major endgame study theorist. More than 100 studies were published during his lifetime, many of which have made notable contributions to endgame theory. In 1956, he was given by FIDE the title of International Judge of Chess Compositions, and in the 1969 that of International Arbiter. Averbakh was also an important chess journalist and author. He edited the Soviet chess periodicals Shakhmaty v SSSR, or Chess in USSR, and Shakhmaty Bulletin, Chess Bulletin. From the 1956 to 1962, he edited with Vitaly Cheklover and others a 4-volume anthology on the endgame, Shakhmatnie Okonchenia, and translated as Comprehensive Chess Endings in 5 volumes. Averbakh is the eponym of several opening variations: King Indian Defense, Averbakh Variation, King is Indian Defense, Semi-Averbakh System, and Modern Defense Averbakh Variations. Averbakh was born, as we said, on February 8, 1922 in Kaluga and died on May 7, 2022 in Moscow. Averbakh is survived by a daughter who was married to Makhtimanov for 10 years. He was an icon in the chess world. Apart from being the archetypal Soviet chess grandmaster during the heyday of the USSR chess imperium, Averbakh was the renaissance man of chess. A highly successful player, awarded the grandmaster title in 1952. World Championship candidate in 1953, Soviet champion in the 1954, international judge of chess composition in 1956, international arbiter in 1969. That was said in, let's say, a necrologue wrote by Raymond Keane. That will be all for now, but in the future we will talk more about this awesome player. Don't forget to press subscribe button and see you very soon. Bye.